Hello, Gayatri. Good evening and welcome to my YouTube channel.
Thank you so much, Mahasina. How are you doing?
I have been doing great. Thanks for asking. How have you been so far? I'm so excited talking to you.
I've been good, and thank you so much for having me today on your channel.
And thank you so much for giving me your time. And this morning, I watched your video with Sunita and I was quite amazed. You nailed it. You were so
Thank you
fluent
so much.
and confident.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah,
And I'm looking forward that this conversation will be also fruitful for my viewers. Yeah.
I will try my best.
Okay. Okay, then Gayatri, as we are meeting for the first time, I also don't know about you much. I don't know whether you know about me or not. I would like to know about you.
Sure. Thank you for the chance. So let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Gatri Sharma. I'm from west part of UP, but for current few years I have been living in Delhi. I've done my masters in English literature.
Mhm.
Before even I started my masters, I had started my journey being a trainer, an English language trainer. So I have also been training for 3.5 years.
Okay.
In my journey, I have had chances to work with amazing brands in India. Few of them I cannot take name of, but I'll
Mm.
take a name of an American brand. It's an Prime Kids Academy, and
Okay.
which caters to American kids to prepare for competitive exams. So this is what I can tell. In
Mhm.
my journey throughout these 3.5 years, I have helped almost 5,000 plus learners to help them improve their communication skills, personality development, confidence, pronunciation, and whatnot. I mean, so that's all about me.
My God. Great, great, wonderful. I must say that. And I would like to know about your journey. I think I have heard that you have studied in vernacular medium. Even I also have studied in vernacular medium. So I am curious to know about your journey that how did you get this motivation to become a trainer? And what have you done to become that much of expertise in this language? As I know that after studying in a vernacular medium, it's not a easy thing. We have to go through lots of challenges. So I would like to know about your journey, that how did you get this position?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's my pleasure because during my journey, and especially 3.5 years, I have come across a lot of learners saying to me, "Ma'am, I am from local medium, I am from vernacular medium, I am from Hindi medium, Gujarati medium, and whatnot." So I really want to convey this message to, especially to those people who come from any, irrespective of any medium. I come from Hindi medium. I have completed my whole education in Hindi medium from UP board. Then after that,
Mm.
even I completed my graduation. It was also a Hindi medium thing, right? I had three subjects: English, geography, and political science. So my political and the geography, both subjects were in Hindi. There were
Okay.
bhutal and what rajnitik and what not. Like there was some Hindi terms in that, which is fine.
Mhm.
So in 2020, if I'm not wrong, when lockdown happened, right? It happened on 24th of March 2020, something like that. I don't know
Mhm.
the exact date. So that was my first year of college, and I was supposed to give exams,
Okay.
and but lockdown happened. So then
Uh,
there was nothing to go out, right? We were at home, we were caged at home, and I was just very confused that what should I do, what shouldn't I do, something like that. And I started watching YouTube videos. I started watching that, and I got quite amazed with some of the speakers. I remember the first video I came across of Ranbir Alabadia, where
um,
he was giving 10 tips how to improve English, and I was really happy watching him. I was like, oh, this is what something I want to do. And
mhm.
that's how I kicked off my journey in 2020. And it took me 2 years, like almost 1 year, to understand. Like I was the one who was looking and knocking every door that can I learn English. And especially on YouTube, I have never taken any help of any professional institutes or coaching
Okay.
center, anything like that. I started my
Mhm.
journey on YouTube. I learned everything from YouTube. So I used to take
Mhm.
some challenges. I'll definitely describe later on that how did I get into teaching. But about my learning, so 2020 to 2022, this is how I learned. So I
Okay.
watched a lot of YouTube videos. I learned the patterns and things like that.
Okay, great. And in this journey, now have you taken any kind of course to become a trainer?
So I started my journey in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, I had never taken any courses or anything like that. But in
Mm-hmm.
2022, I cannot take the channel name. But what happened on that channel, there was a video uploaded in
Okay.
2022. I think in Jan 2022, there was a video uploaded, and she asked that if any one of you across the country is interested to be an English trainer, just knock us. We will take you through some interview processes, and after that, you have to come to a particular place in
Mm-hmm.
Gurugram, and then we will train you. So I was lucky enough to get my place in that particular training. So I attended that training program for 1 month, and it was a very rigorous training of 8 hours every single day, Monday to Saturday. So I went Gurugram to attend that training. I was a part of the training for whole 1 month, for 45 days almost. So that
Mm-hmm.
was the only thing. And after that, when I started working with some Indian brands, like, I'll not take the name of. So I thought of that, okay, I must upgrade now. And
Mm-hmm.
then I did some few here and there courses, but I also have some certain plans to upgrade my career in the same field. So I will take some coachings and courses. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Why I'm asking because being a trainer, I also take some suggestion and guidance from some trainer, and I am also thinking to take some courses professionally so that I can consider myself as a professional trainer with the certificate.
Yeah, true,
Because
true.
it is also,
Certificates give you an edge. They definitely
yes,
give you an edge, right? So yeah.
yeah. So as a trainer, what are the challenges you have faced so far?
Um, I mean, many challenges I have faced to be like, because I am not certified trainer. I don't have
Okay.
any shame of saying it. I'm not a certified.
Mhm.
I've not done anything special as a trainer, but the practical exposure which I have got, I think that is quite amazing. But I have done my masters in English literature, right? That's what
Yes,
my
yes,
forte is.
yes.
But if I talk
Mhm.
about the training experiences, that is not something less than a certificate, because I have the ground experience, I have the public experience, that I
Yes,
have talked to people, right? So this is what it
yes,
is. And my challenges were that initially, even as I had been a learner for 2 years, like 2020 to 2022, initially for me it was really difficult to have the clear pronunciation, to change my diction, to change the way I talk, having the proper modulation while talking, having the high pitch, low pitch, excitement, express emotions, everything like that. But gradually I learned. So
yes.
that's what the thing. And second challenge I would count as being a trainer, that you get a lot of unrealistic expectations from the learners, and
Mm,
to convince those learners that English, a language, is not just a short term thing to achieve. It
mhm.
should be the way of your living. It should be your lifestyle, the way it has been in your vernacular languages. So I think that was the biggest challenge, and still it is a biggest challenge to convince people who look for instant gratification that, ma'am, I want to speak in 2 months, 3 months, 15 days, 20 days. I think that is something which I still consider as a challenge. And yeah, so these are
Mhm.
my challenges.
This is
So
the
what's
thing
your
even I
take on
can,
this?
yeah,
Mhm.
this is the thing also I can completely resonate. After completing 1 month, they ask that I don't see that much of improvement. So what should I do now? Like this way, they expect within 3 months of period or 2 months of period, they are not ready to put that much effort, but they want us to make them fluent, right? But it's a process, it's a journey. See, I have been learning this language for 2.5 years. Still, I feel that there is room for improvement. We must try to learn new things every day. That is the thing I have realized. And as you have mentioned correctly, that yes, I feel that professionally we need some certificate, but practical knowledge is paramount. When we give classes, when we immerse ourselves with this language, then only we get to know that how to improve our pronunciation, our voice modulation, grammar, each and everything, right? But still, I feel that in future, if I want to become a profession tutor, I want to teach the IL students, then maybe they would ask for some certification, that do you have any certificate? So that's why I'm thinking like this way. Otherwise, practical knowledge is most important, and the more we teach, the more we immerse ourselves with this language, we also improve, right?
Yeah, true, true, true. I think the way I speak, I am not trying to be flexy here, but the way I speak, whatever, even it's the basic confidence I have or intermediate confidence I have, the way I talk, even if it's intermediate level, right? I think this is my testimony. This is my certificate, because having certificate, great, it gives you an edge professionally. But what do
Yes.
you want to learn from me? How to speak in English? And I am
Mm.
speaking in front of you in English, right? So this is the biggest certificate I have. You must have
Yes.
that first, that the girl who has come from vernacular medium and she
One,
has achieved this level, right? So before
right.
2019, she had never spoken in her life. I had never spoken in my life because I didn't have that surrounding, right? So I
Mm.
have this testimony with me, that you can talk to me if you feel like that she is a trainer, she can train me, she can help me. And the testimony which I have worked with few brands where I have taken more than 5,000 sessions so far, right? I
Yes.
cannot take the name of the brand, but that's the testimony of
Yes.
mine. So that's the ground experience.
Definitely. And absolutely, I can feel that proudness, because I also have studied entirely in vernacular medium, and I know that how much effort I have put in to reach this position. I had to work on everything, reading, writing. Even I didn't have the major in English. I had the major in political science in my graduation, and I did B.Ed. So in that time only I had that method subject English. But still, English was tough for me when it comes to reading, writing, speaking. I could not even imagine that one day will come that in this way I can talk to people on social media. So I feel that yes, I have done something good for me, and I'm trying to even inspire people through this social media, that if I can speak English like this way, definitely you also can do that. Just you must have the hunger and willpower and positive mindset to learn this language, and no one can stop you.
True, true, true. This is so true. I stand the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then most of the see here, most of the learners come who watch our videos, they expect, and they are mostly beginners and low intermediate of learners, so they have some questions. Even sometimes I get the comment, is grammar important? What do you think? What is your take on this?
So for me, I have come across a lot of national, like Indian trainers and tutor, as well as some international trainers and tutors, and every single trainer or learner at the same time, or the person who has grown in the language, who has been raised in the language, or who has not been, everyone has very diverse opinion about grammar, right?
Okay.
I'm going to put my opinion here, what I
Yes.
think. I think grammar is the foundation of any language in the world. Any language in the world, right? People say, oh, I didn't learn grammar of my language. I speak Hindi, but I never learned it. But then they forget they have been living in the language. You
Yes.
don't have to learn the technical rules of Hindi because you have been listening to Hindi since your childhood, right? But when it comes to talk about learning a different language, you must know basic fundamentals of the language, right? I have listened to hundreds of Americans trainers and tutors, and British trainers and tutors. Both have altogether very mixed opinion about grammar. Some say that it's really important. Some say it's not important. Just start talking and whatever. For me, grammar is really important. I
Okay.
used to be good at grammar since my schooling time because I used to like solving some grammatical exercise and technical exercises. And I used to score really good. Even I had good result in 10th in English, and even 12th I had good result. So that's what I had. And I think that's why, okay, learning grammar beforehand also gave me an edge. But there were very few topics I had learned in my schooling. After that, I had to learn many more new concepts to speak and to diversify and to have the varieties the way I talk, right? So if I wanted to use conditional sentences in my communication skill, I had to learn conditional from YouTube because I had never known before, right?
Yes.
So for
Mhm.
Grammar, I think it plays a really beautiful role, and it is a foundation. So if you want to build that building of confidence, right, the building of good fluency, accuracy specifically,
Mm,
fluency could be anything, right? If I start talking very fast, that is a fluency for me. But if I want to speak accurate, if I want to speak
accurate.
accurate English,
Mm,
accuracy, then for that grammar is something which plays a crucial role. Yeah.
absolutely. Even that is the thing you have mentioned about conditional sentences. Oh my God. It was really hard not to crack for me because when I started my journey of learning this language, I just practiced, revised the tenses. I knew that tenses are important if I want to make the sentences. Then I started speaking slowly and gradually. I realized that I was not able to make these conditional sentences because I studied in vernacular medium. I didn't need to know about those things. Then I realized, no, I must work on it. Then I learned those conditional sentences. After learning, it became easy for me. When people speak, I can easily comprehend that. When I read books, I can easily comprehend that. But at least something, some concept should be there in my mind. If I don't know, then I can understand. So then I learned conditional sentences. So I would say that we shouldn't learn all the grammar at first. We should go with the speaking, listening simultaneously when we realized. I can't say when other people, I am telling about myself that when I feel that here I'm getting stuck, I'm not able to make the sentences correctly, then I learn. In this way, I have learned the grammar. Yeah.
Very
Okay.
important, I believe it's very important thing to learn, right? So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then related to this grammar, I have one more question. I have seen many people, they're fluent speaker, even though they use the advanced vocabulary and they have even learned the grammar, but they make grammatical mistakes, although they know the rule. But while speaking, they make grammatical mistakes here and there. So, how to rectify this problem?
Okay. um I believe it's really important to keep the language very simple, first of all. Even sometime when I get anxious, or maybe I have a lot on my brain, right? Or maybe I have been juggling with my thoughts, or I want to speak something in hurry or in haste. It happens. Even I tend to make grammatical mistakes when I talk, which is fine. But then again, it's a constant
Okay.
process, right? People say, when they come to me, they say that, ma'am, I have been learning grammar throughout my schooling. Since my childhood, I have been learning all this. But then I don't want to learn grammar again. I just want to speak. For me, I say that when you were learning grammar, or when you had been practicing in your schooling time, your goal was to achieve good marks. Your goal
Mhm.
was not to speak in English. So you never tried to build a beautiful connection with grammar and your real life, right? So when you know all the rules but still you make mistakes, first of all, I think minute mistakes are unavoidable. I think nobody notices, right? People rarely notice. If someone is a grammar nazi, then that's a different case. The person will point you out that you have made this small mistake. Otherwise, as long as you are able to convey your message and your fundamentals are clear, that is enough. But still, you are looking for more advancement, more accuracy, you want to speak in a more technical perfect way, then I must say that revise the rules and
Mhm.
practice one rule at least for 1 week. At
Okay.
least for 1 week. One
Mhm.
tense, one advanced concept, like you learned something from somewhere and you are not able to use it. Better you just pick that particular, grammatical pattern for at least 1 week or 15 days or maybe 20 days or maybe whole month. But make sure that you try to put yourself in multiple situations where you get to use that concept. For example, I want to use second conditional, hypothetical
Mhm.
situation, all about. What
Mhm.
I'll do, I'll frame at least 1,000 sentences. Now the number seems very big. Oh my God, 1,000 sentences. I'm telling you, it will hardly take 30 minutes to read all these 1,000 sentences. Hardly 30 minutes. Even if you calculate, seconds and milliseconds, if you read 5 sentences in 1 minute, it will hardly take your 30 minutes to reach 500 or 1,000 sentences in second conditional. So keep repeating the concept until it gets fixed here in your
Mm,
subconscious memory, right? So that's
mm,
my thing. Like once you learn a grammatical pattern and still you tend to make mistakes, better you repeat it as much as you can. Okay, for an example, suppose there is a my favorite song called You Can Count on Me. Like it's a very beautiful friend song, right? I know the lyrics. If someone makes mistake in front of me, because I have repeated the song more than 100 times, I know the song you are singing is wrong. So that's the game of
okay.
repetition. Yeah, so this is how you can
Mm,
practice. Yeah.
I see eye to eye. I agree with you that that is the thing you have mentioned, revision and practice. And that is the tip you have mentioned and explained very well, that we shouldn't learn many things at a time. Rather, we should pick one thing and just stick to it for some period of time. Till that time you are not able to rectify that problem, then go to the next problem, right? In this way, in this process, we can rectify. Definitely, I think it is going to help my viewers. Yesterday, I got one comment. One guy, he commented that, ma'am, I'm not able to memorize the vocabulary. So, what should I do? How can I remember vocabulary?
I think yesterday when I think when Sunita ji uploaded one of my videos, I think same advice I have put there, I have given to her learners is that learning vocabulary. Sometimes I get disturbed by a lot of unnecessary videos on YouTube. Right? They are teaching you anything, basic, advanced, basic,
Yes, it's
native.
advanced.
Replace,
Mhm.
right? Replace very, very, very. This is not important, right?
Okay, okay.
People do, native speakers do use it. You are looking very, beautiful. They use it, but Indians are running behind, remove very from your communication. No, keep it very
Mhm,
simple. This is one thing. Second, when you learn a word, again I said yesterday in one video, learn one word every day, two words every day, three every day. Not like, okay, I am, like relentlessly I'm watching hundreds videos, 100 shorts, like 10 vocabulary, 10 sentences, 20 sentences, 5 idioms, 10 idioms, but there is not even a single one on my brain, right? My
mm,
brain
yes,
capacity is not that much, right? Your
true.
target should be, in 1 month I will add only 50 words in my vocabulary. In a year you will be having 600 words. It's
Mm,
not a small deal. So whenever you learn a vocabulary or a word, first of all build a connection with your real life. I gave the same example yesterday, like trying times. So I was watching Katrina Kaif's interview once, and she said that everyone goes through trying times. What is the meaning of trying times?
mhm,
Hardships, tough
okay.
phases, right?
Mm,
So trying times gave me a very sharp memory of my difficult phases. I was
mm,
very, very, very able to connect with the particular word, and I connected and I picked it up. There was one more vocabulary I learned yesterday was mollycoddle. Mollycoddle is that you are trying to be overprotective to your kids, or maybe you are not setting them, or you are not letting them be free, liberal, and bit free in their lives. A lot of people and parents, they try to overprotect their kids. They try to overlove them. They always think like that their kids are not able to do anything in their lives. That is called mollycoddling. Right. So I learned
okay.
the word and I picked it here and I learned it that okay, I don't want to mollycoddle people. That means I don't want to be overprotective to them. So that's how
Mm,
I build connections, and that's my suggestion that whenever you learn a word, have a strong connection in your real life.
mm.
Yeah.
We should try to connect with our real life so that we can keep it in our memory for longer period of time. And that is the problem we all have. We expect much from ourselves, right? We shouldn't. We should keep it as a balance. Then only it
I
is
mean,
going to help. Mm,
yeah, these days we have a lot of distractions.
mm,
There, I think the bombardation of information is there on YouTube, on all the social media pages and everywhere. Your brain is not habituated to keep all these things. So
yes.
every 24 hours, your brain deletes the unnecessary stuff, which either you do not repeat, and then after, so suppose I learn 5 words today, and then
Mm,
I don't use them. So my brain will get an indication that these words are not important for her anymore. She's not
mm,
using, so let's delete
easy.
them. And it will delete it, right? So just
Yes.
repeat them.
Exactly. And we do have that FOMO, fear of missing out. We feel like then I need to learn this, I need to learn this. If I'm not learning that from, then maybe I'm lacking, I'm not getting right. This is the problem we have. Yeah.
I don't think it's a problem. It's just like a unnecessary thought of us, because I
Yes.
believe that language is a tool to be which should be used to clear and express yourself. It should not be used to intimidate people. I shouldn't use jargons if my audience is not comprehensive enough with the jargons,
Mm,
and my audience
true.
doesn't have any connection with those hard jargons and harsh words, right? For me, keeping language as simple and as possible is the best way to connect to my audience or to anyone in the world, right? So I
Right,
think
right.
simplification is the best thing. Yeah.
True, true. Why do we use language to communicate with people, to express our thoughts, our ideas with other? But if other person is not able to understand us, then there is no like use of it is completely futile, I can say.
True, true, true,
And
true.
when it comes to vocabulary, it is my conviction that rather than learning vocabulary, advanced vocabulary, we should try to learn different vocabulary related to different topics, different context, so that we can be able to express ourselves without getting stuck. I may be able to explain about some particular topics, but if I don't know anything, if I don't have the knowledge about some other topics, I won't be able to express myself. I need vocabulary related to that topic. If I don't have the ample amount of vocabulary related to that topic, I can't express, right? So we should know our own genre, where I work, with our jargon, as you have mentioned. If someone is a doctor, then the doctor should know the vocabulary related to medicine and those terminology. If someone is a businessman, then that person most of the time he speaks related to that field, so he should know mostly about that vocabulary. And some common topics are there, we should be aware of that, right? As we can say that our daily routine, then food, physical health, mental health, our environment, about our own society, about our own state, at least some basic knowledge we should possess, we should inculcate, so that we are able to express ourselves rather than just running behind the advanced vocabulary. Yeah,
This is 100% true. I totally agree with the fact. Yeah. So, do we have any more questions?
I don't have any more questions, and you have already imparted and with so much insightful knowledge. I'm so
Mhm.
thankful. I want to pay gratitude to you for giving
Thank you
me
so much.
your valuable time.
It's my pleasure, and I hope to see you again soon. I mean, if you
Uh,
have any more question, we would love to sit together again for your
Definitely,
audience. So, yeah.
definitely. Thank you
So,
so much,
good night.
Gayatri, and good night. Good night. Yeah.
Good night.